We're down in Kokomo, Bermuda, Bahamas, herb, dirt, giant llamas.
Oh, baby, that's a picture.
Really? Hey, bunny. It's quiet.
Yeah, you want to come look at it?
No,
Alright.
just, that's my big dumb head. This is what we're working with. Wait, what's the picture? Why is it, am I picking my nose? What is happening? Hey, guys.
You want to come look?
Yes. We're going to take a field trip right off the bat. Just,
Really? No, come on.
no. Okay, well, I won't show them yet. What's the, oh my god, is that seriously? Ah! Can I show them?
No.
If I don't know. Randy was showing me the thumbnail that apparently YouTube picked for my thing because I've spent the past 5 minutes trying to get a picture of my big dumb head that I don't hate. And so instead it's like, so, hey everybody, how's it going? Did I get the, let me clean the screen real quick. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Slightly less blurry. Thanks, Daniel. Ah, hey, Lila. Oh, it's usually way better than this. I'm so sorry that this is your first stream with us. Or that you finally just caught. Hey, Crystal. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for showing up today. Better mug. What? Hello, everyone. How are y'all doing? Hey, Isha. So fresh and so clean. Aw. You look like you're melting and dying from heat. Yeah. About that. It's like 3.2 million degrees today. Let's see. I don't even think I can't even edit that. We're gonna be stuck with that for the next 2 hours until I can change it to a different picture of my big dumb head. But that's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. Takes an afternoon live stream to get me to do my chores in the morning. Right on, Julie. Hey Metatron. I'm very happy to be here. I'm very excited. I was so excited that I actually put a bra and pants on. So y'all know that that's fancy. Oh, for fiddly knickers. What's going on, Rebel? No, leave it. It's special. I finally opened the shop. Crystals of Earth Creations from Trees of Life. All right, on. Very cool. We're going to be starting off the live stream today with some mail opening. And then we're going to be doing a giveaway at the 1 hour mark. And then if you changed it and people would watch it, they're going to die of curiosity trying to imagine what it looked like. Then they should have been here when the stream started. We can't help that. Part of the incentive. Well, I'm going to be here for a short while. Lots of errands out of the house. Right on. Stay safe. It's an interesting world we live in nowadays. Did you put the bra on top and the knickers at the bottom? I did, Penny. Hey, Penny. Tablet and live. Nope. Thank you, Daniel. Putting it onto live chat instead of top chat. I wish I could go into my default and change that. Oh boy, yeah, it's a lot of comments happening all at once. Like they're like, so. Oh. Juan says, are you crafting? We will be. We're going to be doing some mail opening first because I think y'all might have heard that it was Randy's birthday in 2 days. And there's like a pile of mail here. And I accidentally already opened one of, oh gosh, if I die under an avalanche of Amazon packages, just know that I loved you. You're on a roll today. I got mine the wrong way. Again? Oh no. Now, I did put my bra on over my shirt, and it is a panicked frustration of why can't I just dress myself like this? Okie dokie. There we go. Ah! You're already getting some, he's reading the comments over there. Yeah, just like how Rachel just did. If you do the @ Yvonne Williams, it highlights it in orange. Just like this. And that way, I can actually see you guys' comments. And you guys, I think, can do that to each other. You can @ each other. Right on, Judy. We actually used the toaster again this morning to make some toast. Oh, thank you, Daniel. Okay. we're going to go ahead and start opening just because I want to get right to crafting. Now this one, I had opened not realizing that it was addressed to me and not to Randy, and it was the size of one of the packages that we had ordered on Amazon. Now it doesn't have a note though, and as soon as I realized that, I was like, this is not the thing that we ordered. I crammed all the stuff back in it, so I'm not entirely sure. I just know it didn't show up. Is there a note? Way down in Kokomo, Bermuda, Bahamas, attacked by giant llamas. Okay, there wasn't a note in it. It looks like though. What up, baby?
I'm here and watching, but not commenting due to technical issues.
But can't comment due to tech issues. Well, we got that comment at least. Oh boy, this is a dummy thick stack of by captivedecals.com. They're fused glass decals, you guys. So we'll be able to use. Oh, girl. Okay, it says test pieces. They fuse, I guess, at 1,290 degrees Fahrenheit or 700 degrees Celsius. Oh my gosh. Such cute test pieces too, you guys. Ah, oops. Now this one's super duper pale, but it's like little kitties on a tree branch. I don't know if you can see. Oh, who sent this? But we are, oh my gosh, chock full of decals. This is a whole, hey Maddie.
Hey.
You'll say hey internet? So you say hey internet. Our Maddie is here. She's the most perfect and beautiful creature on the face of the earth. I love you. She's like, okay, you can stop now. And on. Never. I shall never stop. Okay, so it looks like we've got some really cool, like, chakra symbols. Very nice. One for each of the chakras. That's really neat. Ooh, and even more. Holy smokes. Now, which ones? How do I even use these, though? Like, that's the thing, is I don't know how to use these. Hey, that reminds me, I'm sure you thought of this. What about making those clear cabochons for the dragon's eyes? We've considered it, and they come out really thick. And I honestly, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I prefer the store-bought cabs as opposed to the, is it Maddie? It's Maddie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I have no idea how to use these, but we'll be able to fuse these onto some glass cabochons. We may actually be able to fuse these onto some store-bought glass cabochons. So I guess the pink ones are butterfly wings, some feathers, some Celtic knots. Oh, this is so cool. I'm definitely gonna have to be learning how to use these. So this is really cool. Whoever sent these, thank you so much. I cannot wait to use them. Oh, it could be 200 degrees outside and I'd still be like, can I get some hot coffee, please? You can use them on clay, really, like precious metal clay, or with a kiln, I assume, giving the temperature. Well, yeah, Caslin. But, like, it's like if somebody told you how to use embossing powder. It's like, yeah, well, you just stamp it. It's like, it's more complicated than that. So, yes, we kiln fire it, but I'm suspicious it's more complicated than that. Let me rummage around and find some scissors. I'm just going to leave them on the floor this time. Maddie is actually playing The Sims, so she's not reading y'all's comments. Right on, Droma. I do too, honestly. Nothing beats a hot coffee. I like iced coffee, but I'm terrible at making it. Okay, so this is another... Ooh, this one has a note in it, so I don't want to see what's in it until... Ah, from Tara Matthews. Are you here, Tara? Says, thank you for all the wonderful tutorials. Thank you, Tara. Oh. Ooh! It's an LED umbrella light for out in the garden. I'm gonna go ahead and open it. Oh, this will be perfect. because see how it like clamps down on the thingy? Can we turn it on? Oh, it needs batteries. It needs lots of batteries. That's okay though. I think we have lots of batteries. Thank you very much, Tara. I'm gonna write on this. That's from Tara. Hey, Ray.
Yo,
Do you have a silver Sharpie?
I do not.
Me neither. Way down in Kokomo, Bermuda, Bahamas. But yeah, so that'll fit. It kind of just like grips on. Do you know anything about that tax notice Patreon sent out that now you'll be charging for your Patreon works? I don't know as much about that as I should. I'm not certain how to go in and change the sales tax. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it depends by like state or what, but apparently some states are required now to charge sales tax. Which, if at any point, you guys, I love that you support us on Patreon, but if at any point y'all are getting frazzled and tired of the way that Patreon is doing business, with making it difficult to modify your pledges, not notifying you whenever you have messages, not letting you be able to open up links and other tabs depending on your mobile devices, at no point will, and I can't say that I won't take it personally because I'm very disappointed that the platform that I chose to offer this service on is letting you guys down. But please, if it's stressing you guys out at all or more complicated than you want it to be, ditch Patreon in a heartbeat. Like, if you'd like to support our channel, we do have other avenues, but I really wish Patreon would just be a little like minutely more user friendly, both for content creators and supporters. So Patreon sent out a new email saying they are changing taxing rules. Yeah. So we'll see how that plays out. If you guys have any questions about it and you think we might be more helpful than just Googling it, please send us a message over there on Patreon and we'll try our best to help you out. But I'm not entirely certain is my answer on that one. I'm going to try to write Tara's name on this just to see. Way down it goes. Did y'all hear that? You can kind of see black Sharpie on black plastic. Tara Matthews has this. That was a pretty purple car that just drove by. I think there's a pterodactyl outside.
Wasn't something you opened?
What?
That noise.
No, that wasn't me.
Oh.
Yeah. Lisa says their customer service leaves a bit to be desired. It took at least 5 emails to get to fix the problem I had with them. And I'm very sorry for that, Lisa. But there's not a whole lot that Randy and I can do. Like, if somebody's having problems with, for example, they want to discontinue their pledge and it's not saving that they changed their preferences, like, the only avenue that Randy and I have to be able to stop Patreon from charging you is to block you, in which Patreon sends an automated message that we have no control over or can edit, saying that you've been blocked for harassment, which is not like, oh my goodness. So I don't even want to complain about Patreon right now because it's like, whew, I dread the day that we have to divorce Patreon, but if they don't get their together, like, I feel like we need to go to couples counseling for Patreon. Hey, Helen, we're doing great. Despite my bitching, we're doing great. Oven was beeping. Good news, I've just got both my Patreon boxes today now cut up. All right on, Kizzy. I have a sneeze coming. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. Y'all ever sneeze so good it realigns your chakras? Oh, thank you, Shepherdess. So we have another package that I'm gonna open, and then we will. I've got 1, 2, 3 more after this one. So then we will be getting to crafting. Judy, there's no note. Well, unless somebody else bought me these bomb ass. Oh, these look nice. Oh, spring release and everything. I've been needing Gesundheit, danke. I have, like if I could edit and have like a little glow around it. Ooh, yo, fresh wire snips. You only sneeze one time. Mine are always twice. Haha, and sneezing realigns something, but I'm betting it isn't chakras. Getting 3 different ones. Holy smokes, Judy. I guess that way we get to pick which one we like best. But, no, sometimes I'll sneeze in batches of 3. Sometimes, I'm not even going to go into all the biological functions that sometimes coincide with sneezing, but, yeah. Yeah, sometimes it straight up takes a screenshot. Holy, did somebody get us 3 of these? There's a note. Let's see what the note says. Oh, goodness. Hey, Vaughn. Been a while, but looked at your registry and thought I would send you a few things. Hope these fused decals come in handy. Oh, those are you, Misty? They sure are pretty. Please enjoy and wishing you the best. Oh, Misty, thank you so much. Let me see if there's a note about the umbrella lights. Ooh. Hey Vaughn, this wasn't on your list, the warm white one was, but I thought just in case you're using it for craft videos or whatnot, maybe having a cool white option as well would be nice just in case. Thank you so much, Misty. Y'all, we are literally going to be lit. No, this would be perfect for out in the garden. Oh, Misty, thank you so much. Misty and Tara both. Because now we can shoot maybe some night vlogs out in the garden. Because all at once, it went from being like 65 degrees and like amazingly perfect, no mosquito temperature out in the garden to it is now like 90 degrees. And if you step outside, you lose half of your blood content immediately. So... Ooh, Penny says those lights are great for a photographing tool. Photographing tool, yes. Do what, Randy?
Said it's so warm you step outside and you get mugged by a wallet for a bunch of mosquitoes.
Yeah. Ooh, there's something in this one. That's a big package for one little thing. I think about 200% humidity around. Oof. Another, ooh. So these are Hacko micro cutter, made in Italy. In my world, mosquitoes would suck fat cells, not blood, right, Sparkies? No, because then I'd have some like overfed mosquitoes in my yard. Because I'd just be sitting out there being like, it's feeding time. Oh, okay, so we're going to be going through and thank you so much, Judy. I'm presuming that that one's from you as well. Remember Hitchcock's The Birds? I'm getting a visual of that, but with mosquitoes. Straight up, Penny. Straight up. Okay, last package. Tara and Misty and Judy, thank you guys. It's nice and scorching in Wisconsin. I'll take it. I like getting sick of summer so I can handle the 8 months of winter. That's fair, Shardis. I like living in a region that as soon as I get tired of bitching about how cold it is, I can start bitching about how hot it is. Ooh, what's this? It says fragile. Product may contain glass. From Misty, it says, Vaughn, totally loving that you're getting into glass more and more. I hope you can use this along with your other molds in making some more pretties. Lots of hugs. Please give Randy a hug from me too. Randy! I gotta give you a hug. Okay. This one's from Misty. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Come here. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, she does. She gives a good too. Okay. He's done been harassed, Misty, just for you. But I'm gonna open this. He said Misty gives good hugs. He's nice and like, he sits in front of the air conditioner, but we have like the one air conditioner for the whole downstairs right now, just because I need to put the other ones in the windows. So he's an ice cube, and I'm like all warm, so we like hugging each other. Because he's like, oh my god, you're so warm, and I'm like, ah, yes, get in my armpits. Like, Why do I talk? I'm so sorry, you guys. Like, I would say you clicked on my face, but sometimes I feel like maybe you don't know what you're getting into or what you're signing up for. Cousin says, I don't know, I think I prefer the cold. You can always add more layers. If it's too hot, you can't. You can only remove so much. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting in some kayaking because that's more fun when it's hot than when it's cold. I'm looking forward to the garden coming in because I tell you what, it's a lot like I'll tolerate the hot because of the existence of watermelons. So, oh my Misty, check that out. So this is like a ceramic mold, and I love these ones by Delphi Glass because they're hollow. So this is very, very lightweight. They are pretty fragile though, so don't chunk them at people. But I use a product called Zip, ZYP. It's a boron nitride. You could use mold release, but if you use one, you cannot use the other because like they leave like residues that keep the other one from binding. So I think, I don't know, you might check me on that. You might be able to use mold release and then go to the Zip, but you cannot use Zip and then go to the mold release. I'm certain about that part. I know about the other way. I just like the Zip though because it is, you don't have to wait for it to dry hardly. Like it's super fast drying and very, very effective. You just spray it on, let it dry and confuse. Bev, I'm confused. Oh, Red, Cal, and Bev, y'all behave. You're our troublemakers in the back of the class. I'm going to put a dunce cap on the both of you and make you face the opposite corners. Or put you in one t-shirt and like hug it out until you're friends or something.
You get molds?
One, yes. I do not have this one. It is unique to our collection. I can hear you being frustrated. We just ordered like 3 more molds from Delphi Glass. Is that tangible frustration I see seeping off of you? No, he's frustrated. Because I was like, well, the auction went really well. Are you mocking me?
No, I'm reading the comments.
Oh, okay. Because the auction went really well. So I was like, Gus, who needs to spend some money on glass and molds for June's Patreon packages? And Randy was like, can we hold on to money for like 2 seconds? And I was like, no. Thank you guys so much, though. Run to Puff. Oh. That's between y'all and Randy. Let me drag this tripod over here because we are going to start looking at, I think, do you still have any leather for sale? Sadly missed the auction. Oh, Jean, I'm sorry. No, we sold all of our scrap leather boxes. Now, if any like payments don't go through, then we'll be letting people know. But it just give us a minute. We'll do another project and then we'll have a bunch more scrap again. Just because I'm a hateful, wasteful creature. Okay, so I'm going to come through here, putting away some of my tools. Ow, my toe. Hey Maria. Tracy says, I'm so happy the auction went well. Us too. We are very excited. Oh no, Kelly. Ah, happy birthday, Carol. Ooh, bum bum way, way up. Do, do, do. Okay, so the clippers that I had been using. You been watching The Lion King? No, just in my heart. So you can see these ones had, maybe you can see. These ones had a blunt tip. At one point, they had a nice, clean, straight edge, but now they are like, Jack. Oh my gosh, Rebel. She says, holy moly, my YouTube switched to the auction while I was in the bathroom. I've been watching the auction for 10 minutes. Thought you were having another one. Nope. Just one Friday a month, that's all. But yeah, so this one you can feel it. It kind of, well, I can feel it. Can you feel how the How's it snipping through the wire? Now also, just for something, if y'all have like a torch and some fire brick or soldering board laying around, you can cut little pieces of copper and then torch them and they'll ball up. And if you cut them all the same size, all your little balls will be the same size. And I haven't really figured out how to incorporate those into my work yet, but they're fun to make. Right now I'm testing wire snips. So these have similar style rounded tips though. Ooh, a much higher pressure cut, and you can see it's leaving little copper, or rather it's scraping off the finish. And then these ones I'm very excited about. Look at those super fine tips, you guys. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. Thank you so much for these, Judy. Hey Beth, how's it going? Crystal Wizard said my cutters are shot to pieces. Oof. Yeah, I'm glad to have more cutters and stuff because I use them until it's to the point that you know they're getting dull whenever you snip through and it doesn't even ping. Like it's just literally smushing through the wire. Wonder if you can re-edge those on a bench grinder. Probably. Now that I have some other ones, I can experiment with sharpening these. So that'll be really cool. So I was thinking about doing another wire wrapped almanite. Right on, Judy. We'll go check that. We're still, even though quarantines have been lifted, we are still staying at home just quite a lot. We don't want to. You should be able to sharpen them with files. Ooh, right on, Caslin. But we're still trying to only leave the house like once a week if we can help it. So yeah, we're gonna be wire wrapping another almanite today. But I'm gonna be using, whereas here we were using 18 gauge square wire. Go on, camera. I know I have literally like 5,000 things on the table. But focus. So, hey Sparky, she says I made the mistake of cutting memory wire with mine. Had to get new pliers. Oof. Yeah, that'll happen. Quarantine's lifted, but curfew's instated. Really, because we went on a walk last night at like midnight. We took the dogs for a walk. I think that's still allowed. Crystal, I actually, Crystal Wizard, I followed along with one of Oksana Craft's tutorials. It's very, very, like, she's an excellent teacher, you guys, straight up. Like, her designs look and are ultra professional, but a lot of them are very, very beginner friendly as well, which I think is just the best. Do what, Randy?
Have you worked with brass by chance? And if you have you soldered it? Do you have any recommendations for soldering types?
I have not soldered brass. The only brass that I have worked with is with chainmail. And it was very nice to work with, but that's very, very different from, oh, those new cutters. That's very different from wire wrapping or soldering. We've got a curfew. Ah, because of the riots. Gotcha. Yes, Oksana is amazing. I feel lucky to live in an age when there are so many talented YouTubers teaching, or talented artisans teaching, both on YouTube as well as on their own websites and all sorts of stuff. Okay, so we have 3 wires, and these are 20 gauge, but I'm going to be going through still with the 18 gauge half round, just because I do like a good two-tone piece. Never worked with square wire. Is it easy to work with? I think so, but that's because I'm super lazy. So if my wires get like twisted up, I'm just like, well, I guess this one's gonna be twisted, and I go through and twist all of them to like make a match. Okay, so I'm coming through, and sometimes actually the square can be easier to work with than round because they'll stay, like the square sides will stay butted up against each other. I definitely recommend, you can even at like Hobby Lobby get a bit of square cut pair wire in the vintage section. To use the melted metal copper, place the end of your wire under the molten metal just as you remove the flame. Then you get a smooth metal ball. Ah! Oh, that's so cool, Nilla. I'll have to try that out. Okay, so just wrapping around. I'm kind of thinking. It says lazy, but then describes doing more work to make it match instead of just fixing the first twisted right. No, speaking of water, it's straight up. I just go with the flow of it, and I'm like, ah, I guess this is how it is now. But yeah, my laziness does actually often lead to me doing more work than what I would have originally done. Why do I have... I guess I'm just going through every like movie soundtrack I've ever heard, and now I'm on Home Alone. Hey Bev. Twist, twist, twist. I have no idea how many rotations I've done, but I'd like to cup like the whole bottom. Don't forget to quench and cool before you start beating. Yeah, for sure. I think I was going to wrap that ammonite, but I really like this little agate. So pretty. Right on, Taylor. I'm wrapping a cab. I don't know. Well, these aren't really, they're like backwards cabs. Gosh, that's so pretty. I love that flash on this one. But I've had these guys just sitting around for a while, and it's time to finally make them. I think I got both of these from, if you do exclamation point Gym, it's that bead shop, the Long Beach bead shop. You'd think I'd know this by now. I'm so bad with names, you guys. Okay, so I think that's enough. Ooh, I'm so excited to be getting in. Boop, with the wire snips. Smush. And boop and smush and boop and smush. Okay. And I'm just going to use the cap. Yeah, Long Beach bead shop. And I'm just going to shape this around. Long Beach, wow. Oh, very cool. Well, thanks for crafting along with us, Taylor. Hey, Angie. We did some mail opening, and now we're just wrapping some stuff, as we do. Okay, so that's going to need to be a little bit smaller. So let's see if we can't. Squeeze that down. Hey, Evan, this is live. At this moment in time. Okay. So now coming in with flat nose pliers. I'm going to do a little bit of... you can, Taylor, over on our Discord. There's a, like a photo album kind of, where you can post work in progress pictures and what you've just made and kind of share with the community. Ooh. Oh, that'll be cool, Jim. Discord is like Facebook, but we have a strict no talking politics rule. So it's like Facebook without all the social drama. Purely crafting. And you can like voice chat people and all kinds of stuff. As far as I understand it, at least. It's an app, but it's also on desktop as well. Oh, right on, Rachel. Hey, Evan, I'm making a pendant. Hey, Trisha, how's it going? Oops, getting kind of weird. Yeah, I actually think this is easier to do with square wire than it is with the round, because the round does not really care about stacking on itself. Hey, Conchetta. Oh no, just spent way too much time trying to fold a fitted sheet, only to just wad it up and shove it in the drawer. Yeah. Okay, so I think I'm just going to give that a solid smush. And I don't even know right now how I'm going to do this veil. Because I don't want to do... Oh, Sparkies, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, whenever we link to the Amazon product, sometimes that listing doesn't stay up forever. So I do have to periodically go through and, like, update stuff. And it's very frustrating because I'm like, can it just stay in stock forever, please? But we shall see. I do try my best to, Evan. Sometimes it gets away from me. But I am going to say it helps tremendously when people do the at Yvonne Williams. Because that way I know that you guys are talking to me. Because there's a whole lot of conversation going on through all the chat. And so I'm not able to keep up with everything. But I do try to... and I just lost my train of thought. Oh, Penny, it was nice to see you, though. Yep, just like that, didn't it? Hey, Galen, how's it going? My eyeballs are all, like, goopy today. I think this is mascara. Ah, the two ring mandrels with the red handles. Gotcha. Okay, so I'm just going to squeeze in the shoulders here. And I'm just bending forward each side, there and there. That way we can get our pliers in. Right, Mandy? And I'm just gonna boop and boop and whoops, boop and boop. Quick reminder. Oh no, I needed to have it placed first. Drat. Let's see, maybe we can squeeze it in there. There we go. Quick reminder, in about 20 minutes, we're going to be doing our weekly giveaway. So if you want to go and leave a comment on last week's live stream, it'll put your name in the hat. Today we're going to be giving away another craft along kit. Oh, geez. Thank you, Daniel. But yeah, with square, with square wire, I don't get nearly as much, like, twisting and weird stuff going on. Just kind of smushing that down. Very excited about these finer tipped. Ah, you can actually get into the tight spots and snip the wire. Okay. So the way I'm going to try to do this, let's see if we can. Is we're just going to bring 4 of the wires forward. Maybe do a little twisty. I don't know. Yeah, let's try that. I'm going to do a little twisty. Have you heard of Blue John? I have not. I don't think. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's like the messiest little twisty. Yeah. Oh, that's a great idea, Judy. A lot of it will be, I'm very interested to see how they hold up. Okay. Because sometimes you'll get, you know, some snips that they seem like they're cutting through everything beautifully and it's going great, but it's the longevity that that'll really get you. Okay. Oh no, and I've done that backwards. You know, that's fine. That is just fine. Okay, so I'm going to be wrapping, if that's the head and this is the body, that's the neck right there. It's a very random question. Do you think if I get picked instead of the giveaway, could you please help me out and give me a shout out because I make jewelry and if anyone is interested, we'll do that just anyway, Evan. And there's a lot of really good groups on Facebook and stuff too with like wire wrapping and jewelry making and all sorts of stuff that are a great way to network with other folks. Because I've found most of the time probably the best self-promotion has actually been promotion of others, you know, and kind of showcasing their work. Because I don't know about y'all, but I get super bored with social media if I'm just touting my own work all the time. Like, I really like being able to, I don't do it nearly as much as I think I should and as much as I'd like to, but I like showcasing other folks. Gotcha, Evan. Right on. Well, that is super cool of you. Okay, so again, whenever you want your wire to end up like in a very specific spot, Janice, this is round wire. I am all out of square in silver tones, so I'm just using what I've got. But if you just do that bend, then the wire will settle in nicely into that spot. Somewhat. It's not always perfect, but it's better than if you don't do it. Okay, so I'm gonna give this one just a bit of a snip, leaving a little bit extra. And then I'm gonna come through with my pliers, my round nose pliers, and start that bend around. And then give it a smoosh. Let's see if that'll smoosh right. Yep, that smooshes. Very cool. And that way, I'm gonna see if we can't get in there. Ah, look at those wire snippers getting in there nice and tight. Very cool. And that's getting a little weird, but that's okay. We'll just put it on the back side. and fill in a little bit more of a spiral. I'm going to snip that back. Now, this week for our giveaway, we're kind of out of lampwork glass beads to give away. Like, we have some, but they aren't for the giving away. So we're going to be sneaking in one of our leftover lampwork glass bead necklaces from the auction. What you up to, love? Why you gotta be weird? Why you doing?
Boogity.
Hey, you.
Where your tray things?
You're really gonna have to be more specific. Which tray of what things?
The leftovers from the auction.
Oh, right there.
The other tray.
It's underneath it.
There's nothing in that tray.
Then that's all that's left over from the auction.
No.
What are you looking for?
The necklace. Don't worry.
The shell necklaces?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know what you did with that. I thought it was in the bottom tray. Is it by the kiln? How did that bend get in there? I do not remember doing that. Why is this happening? I might have buried it under some stuff. Oh, I guess whenever I had smushed. That's right. Is it buried?
Yeah.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
Nice. Giselle says, just finished your auction videos for last month. Sad that I couldn't catch it live. So happy for your success during the auctions. Oh, well, thank you, Gisela. Right now I'm working on another pendant, actually for our upcoming auctions. Oops. Okay, yeah, you found it. Because hopefully, I don't know, hopefully if y'all keep liking what we make and we keep making stuff, then we can stay in business. But yeah, I'm just kind of cinching that around. On Etsy, how much do you have to pay per item? Last I'm aware, like honestly, typing that exact question into Google would get you an answer as well. But from my personal experience, they charge 20 cents to list an item, regardless of how much it costs. And then they have associated fees that they layer on top of that. We have stopped using Etsy almost entirely. Like, we're selling out of the things that we had already paid the 20 cents to list. Just because if you take it down, you don't get that 20 cents back, like, ever. And that's how penny pinching I am. Is I'm like, I know it's just 20 cents, but dang. But like whenever we sell one of our $1 templates for leather armor and stuff that we have on Etsy, it costs, like, we get 30 cents of that. So there's that. Now, also part of that is, 20 cents of it was the listing fee. So if we sold more expensive items, the percentage balances out a little bit differently. But for the most part, I just don't like paying that much just to be able to list something for sale. So we use our own website hosted through Weebly. How do you put or cook the wire in the seashell to make the bezel? Did you use the hot glue gun, polymer clay? J-Max, I actually used the epoxy sculpt. I mixed it up and I kind of crammed it in there with a rubber tipped sculpting tool. And that way, like, I packed it in and then I layered I'll show you next. Excuse me. We'll do one of those styles of pendants next. I'll go over to my sculpting station and show y'all. And there we go. A nice little pendant. It's a little rough, but I like it. So the way that we would make the bail is we'd take our wire. I'm going to prep the bail over here while we have it set up. Do you have any advice on starting to sell your pendants or pricing? With pricing, very, 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 very basic, but if it costs you $5 to make something, like you add up for, the stone, the per foot of wire, or, what have you, or beads, or all the components, if it costs you, let's say, just for the ease of math, if it costs you $5 to make it, I do not sell for less than 15. That way I have I can buy the materials again if it's a product that I want to make, and then I made $5 profit. Now that $5 profit is supposed to go towards the time it takes and the effort and the years of skill and all that artisan stuff that, depending who you talk to, that's the gray area of the spectrum where you establish your own price, or like the worth of your time and stuff. But if I'm just like stringing some charms together, like putting charms on some ear hooks, if the charm 50 cents, if the ear hooks were $1 for the pair, if the rubber backs, if the ring for joining them, like if it all adds up to $5, we sell it for 15. So from there, you can be like, okay, well, it cost $5 to make, but it took me 6 hours. That's whenever you can start wiggling around, with your pricing and start charging more. And just, I try to balance between, and we'll flip this around because this is a pretty, if this part were easy, we'd all be selling stuff hand over fist at a wonderful profit margin and be like making bank. We'd all be Oprah rich, like if this part were easy. But Randy and I have always kind of tried to balance whenever we were selling at conventions or art shows and stuff, and craft fairs and different things. We want to be selling frequently, more than like some artisans that we know who work in like fine and sterling silver, and their pieces are like $600 or $700 a piece. They might only sell 2 pieces at an event, but they made like $14,000 or $1,400, 14,000. Oh, money. Whereas for Randy and I to make that much, how many, we'd have to sell $115 items, which doesn't happen. Like we typically, does that even math? Yeah, it's 1,500, I think. Oh, my ancestors are not proud of me right now. They're like, better learn to count. But no, here recently at a lot of events, well, I say recently, not too recently, like a year ago, it's to have an event where there's 100 people buying from each booth, with like getting at least $15 worth of stuff, like because we sell a lot of stuff that's $5. So it's we were selling frequently but at a lower profit margin, because some events nobody was going to drop 600 or 700, but that's because we're selling at like anime conventions and our main demographic is or at anime conventions are like high schoolers or college kids or young adults establishing, like they're like, I'd love to buy that, but I have just bought my first house and this is not happening. Whereas at some of the finer arts and craft shows, we have people who are a little bit more further along and established in their life, and they are looking for heirloom quality jewelry pieces that aren't just manufactured from like K Jewelers or something. So know your demographic, have a broad price range, because while Randy and I typically focus on making like a lot of $5 to $20 sales at craft shows and stuff, we always bring, and in our display setup, it's the showcase stuff. Like we've got on that display, usually the top center necklace is our most expensive piece, which sometimes we'll have a piece that's like $150 right there. not necessarily because it's ever gonna sell, because until we started doing auctions, nothing of that price point ever sold for us hardly. But just to show people what we can do, and that way come Sunday, if it is a pretty successful show and we're making a lot of sales, there's still something in the booth that like showcases what we can do as artisans. um like I don't know, I feel like I got off topic. But yeah, we for the most part will have a lot of 5, a lot of 10, 15, 20. And then we'll start bumping it. It's like maybe we'll have some in the $25 to $35 range, then we'll have some in like the $40 to $60 range, and just that way. Oh, it sure is nice whenever we sell something that's like boom, $60, and we're like, oh my gosh, like that's awesome. So so while I can't tell you what you should be charging for different pieces, that's the advice that I can confidently give, that if you go in with a broad range of price points, then you'll be able to kind of feel out your market. And if you don't have that $150 showcase piece, then you're never going to sell it. So sometimes you need to have something fancy just for when somebody fancy walks through and wants to buy it. How often are sales? Asks Taylor. I'm not certain how you mean. Like at a like a convention or something. Sometimes Randy and I would be lucky to make 10 sales. Sometimes we'll make, I think the most sales we ever made at a convention was like 200 transactions. But that was like Dragon Con in the very best year that we had had ever. Like best show, best year ever, period. But it's, Dragon Con costs like $4,000 to do. So that really hits the profit margin hard. And that's another thing to look at too, is that if you're going to an event and they're charging, I've seen some of your auction pieces go over 150, like twice, Jim. I think I've been keeping track, and it was like maybe 2 or 3 times that it's gone over 150. And that was like, they just brought us groceries. Like they just paid a big bill for us. Caslin says, your sound isn't synced with your video at the moment. You might need to refresh. Some dogs just freak out at anything. My Shih Tzu, oh, I missed something. Anime folk may or may not have a lot, but that doesn't stop them from making badass cosplay gear. That's very true, Red Kel. And a big part of why we still keep anime conventions in our lineup is to promote our YouTube videos that focus on armor and cosplay, as well as to just network and rub elbows with a bunch of other cool, creative people. Though it is starting to feel like Randy and I are pretty out of the loop about it could have been Daniel. It could have been. I don't know. Excuse me. But yeah, so let's go over yonder. Actually, we have 2 minutes until the giveaway. So everybody go ahead and refresh. Let me see if I can't. This might help. Testing. I don't know. Sometimes whenever I flip the camera around, it gets all super weird. Taylor says, so you usually sell at craft fairs or also online, and any suggestions for selling online? Prior to quarantine and the pandemic and everything, like, how do I describe this? Like, prior to Randy and I really getting a little bit of a foothold here on YouTube and through like that made it worse said drama, then I don't know how to help you guys. Like I'm trying my best. It's going to space. Used to Randy and I would sell like probably 30. I think the most we ever did in a year was 35 events. So that was 30 to 35 weekends out of the year we had traveled somewhere. And had set up our booth for anywhere from 1 to 3 days to try to come out in the black. And that was getting the convention circuit, at least, was getting really oversaturated. They had like over 700 conventions in a year. So a lot of the attendees were like, used to it was like your local Ren fair. You'd save up all year and then go to the Ren fair and be like, haha, look at my armor. And there were a lot of con goers who were showing up and they were like, yeah, I went to this con like 2 weeks ago. And if you get paid bi-weekly, you got one paycheck. And like, so they weren't able to buy whole sets of armor the way that they had in the past. So we found ourselves paying more and more and more to do conventions for the booth fee. Travel was getting increasingly expensive. Hotels used to, we could get like a $30 Roach motel, you know, and now it's like the cheapest we can find and not get our car stolen is like $80 a night. Um, so that doubled that expense. And then expenses were increasing, profits were severely decreasing. Like there were actually quite a few shows that we just straight up lost money at. So we started transitioning into focusing on online sales and cutting back to, like in 2019, we only did 6 conventions slash art shows, like 6 vending events. And then this year, prior to the pandemic, Randy and I had only booked 2 events. We were like, we need a year off. Let's focus on YouTube, because we felt like we weren't appeasing the mighty what's it called when YouTube hates you because you don't post videos frequently enough? Algorithm. We weren't appeasing the mighty algorithm gods, and so our YouTube was taking a huge hit. People weren't getting notifications anymore. Like we have over like 130,000 subscribers, which is mind-boggling, but our videos get viewed less. Like 600 people watch our videos, and I'm like, okay. I mean, I know I suck at stuff, but that's fine. And YouTube will actually be like, your stuff's not doing as well as it used to. What are you going to do about it? And I'm like, I don't know. So we're trying to kind of just function. But yeah, we have Patreon, which is a monthly subscription service, and we do behind the scenes content. We have our Saturday patron exclusive live streams. We also do patron pre-sales on our monthly auctions. Whenever we do our auctions, we do like the first hour is to just patrons, and then we go public to YouTube, so you guys get kind of first dibs and not as much bidding competition. For that, we have some digital download, like drawing pages, and all of our leather templates that we make are available for download. We can feature your work in our videos. I've been lax about that here lately, but we've kind of had some things going on in our personal life that we had to kind of shuffle around. But normally we're trying to implement where we can consistently feature you guys' work in our videos, as well as give you like you can watch it like a week before it comes out to everybody else. So like previews, sneaky peekies of our tutorials. We also have some exclusive stuff that happens on Discord for our patrons. And this is all like in like the $1 to $10 range. Actually, that's the $1 to $5 range. All that stuff I just listed. And then for $10 for our continental folks, we can ship out cab boxes. So you can make teaser. No, and it's not even a teaser because you get to watch the whole thing, Sparky Cat. It's just it's like VIP pre-access. I don't know. There's all kinds of like words that you can say that make it sound fancy. But yeah, we do cab boxes, and then our $20, $30, $40, and $50 tiers are craft kits where you get wire, you get polymer clay and resin, and well, here recently glass cabochons and different things that you can wire wrap, like the same wire that we use, like the same materials that we use, you get in the craft-along kits, and the more you pledge, the more you get in your monthly kits. But we do sell those kits on our website as well. So as far as building up online sales, the biggest thing that we've where do we send our picture? There's a thread on Discord for it, or you can send it to backtoearthcreations@yahoo.com. Bye Lydia, thanks for popping in. Glad I didn't sign up because they cut my, oh no, Jean. Yeah, the number one thing that you guys can do if you want to support the channel and like help us is to help and take care of yourselves. Like what we do isn't possible at all if you guys like don't have the time or the like creative mindset maybe. Like if you guys aren't feeling up to coming and watching our videos, then like we're like, no, we miss you. Like my live streams would be so boring if you guys weren't here hanging out with me. So thank you guys for coming and hanging out, and more than anything, take care of yourselves. So please. I'm in Central California, 2 hours north of LA. Friends in LA said, hey, do you know Yvonne lives? Ah, holy crap. Right on. Well, that's really cool. What a small world we live in. Where do you get all of your stones? I've been looking like crazy for them and I have no idea where to order from. If you do Excitement Point Gym, that's a really good shop. I also get a lot on eBay. Maria. Shucks. It's a big part of my social life. I live online. Same, Bev. But yeah, Fire Mountain Gems. Some of them I get on Amazon, but a lot on eBay. And there are actually some really good sellers, I kid you guys not, on Instagram. Like, because they can just post the pictures and you DM them and you're like, hey, I want this one. And then they send you like a PayPal invoice. So that's pretty cool. You ready to do the giveaway?
Yeah.
Woo! Y'all ready for a giveaway? Hey, Randy.
Yeah.
Could you go and take P15?
Who?
P15 off of the Discord for the auctions. So I'm sneaking into today's giveaway one of these lampwork glass bead necklaces left over from our auction. Oh, uh-oh. All right. Hey, I gotta be bothered to actually get off of my butt. Can you turn off the air conditioner real quick? No. No. There is no stand. There is only Zoom. Okay. So, ooh, this is actually what we're going to be giving away today.
What?
Yeah. This is a lot of goodies. Okay. Is one of our very old chainmail kits. So y'all getting like an ounce bag of, like it's literally an ounce, of 18 gauge 1/4 inch bright aluminum. You're getting some handmade polymer clay and resin cabochons. You're getting one of the little crystals from whenever we went crystal mining, which that's really cool, as well as like 2 lobster clasps and a little set of like an earring kit. We don't do chainmail kits anymore because we no longer coil and cut our own rings. And it was honestly just way more affordable for you guys to just go and buy the rings and stuff from like the Ring Lord or Chainmail Joe. Thank you. Sorry, I'm looking at Maddie and she just sounds like, I don't know what you're talking about. And a necklace. So that's going in the little kit. So let's see. Do you want to hold that for me, Maddie? Are you at the random comment picker, Randy? Jesus Christ, is that what I look like all the time? Why do you guys let me on camera?
Wow, we went from 77 to 110.
Last chance. Better go leave a comment. Now, Randy, how does a person put a comment into last week's? You go just open the browser.
Follow the link.
You follow the link, he says.
And then you ignore this because this is pre-recorded.
Here, can I put my camera on? Okay.
Here, what case?
Flipping this around.
Yep.
Okay. So you click the link.
Nope, that's not it.
Don't report Daniel.
Pop out chat.
Okay.
Follow the link that Daniel provides. You ignore this part. You scroll down.
Okay.
Then you scroll past all that stuff. And you comment.
Oh, add public comment. If you win, we have to pick somebody else.
I'm trying here.
Yep, and you leave your comment. Very cool. And that's how you get put into the giveaway. Oh no, chair, come back. Okay. I had flipped it around. I wasn't just getting an awkward close-up of your face. Screen and a screen and a screen and a screen. Yvette says, been lurking, then saw rings, so I commented. Angie says, on a phone, you touch comments. Right on. So it's, yeah, that's
pretty much the way
that's the best we can do for helping you. If you have a computer, you can comment at the top. Right on. Y'all ready? You gonna turn the other way? Okay. So we are at randomcommentpicker.com/YouTube. We put in the video link and we're clicking, ooh, still 110. And always clicked it. Maddie, you got a drum roll too. Ooh, Sherry Wagger. Now that was funny, she says. Congratulations,
I don't know what was
Sherry.
funny, but congratulations.
Yeah, we don't know what was funny, but you won.
That was a whole week ago. I can't remember.
Yeah, no, for sure. If you'll give that box to Randy, he's gonna write down Sherry's name as well as the date. And if Sherry, if you could send us a message at backearthcreations@yahoo.com with your email address, and no, not with your email address. Sorry, my wires are crossing. Just with where you would like for us to ship to, your shipping address. Then we will get that shipped off to you before heck freezes over. How you doing, man?
The faster you send us
Yeah.
a message.
So, especially since it's just now off of the auction, we were shipping a lot of stuff anyways. Batman! I live for this, Maddie. I can see you judging me. Oh no, my shoe. Sorry. Fine, stay.
No, I've been judged.
Oh no. Okay, so that was the giveaway. Now we're gonna go over here and we're gonna turn on this light. We're gonna turn on this light so that y'all can see what in the heck we're doing. Oops. And now, okay, so need to turn the AC on. It's getting too warm here. Oh no. Okay, so let's see. Let's find a super cute shell with a nice, like a wide enough of an opening that we can place a some greenery and stuff in it. That one's a little too big. Will this one work? No. There we go. This one's really good. So this is the seashell. But I like the shells that have a little bit wider of an opening. Right on, Metatron. Yeah, it's straight up cray-cray out there in the rest of the world. So in here, there's just crafting. Okay, let me go grab the wire crap that I had started and then didn't do. Ooh, coffee. I tell you guys what though, I cannot express to you how much I absolutely love having different spots in my house for different, I need to antique my polymer clay project. What do you guys like to use best? I just use acrylic paint, honestly. It's pretty, pretty foolproof. Do you what, Randy?
Why not when you're just discussing the age of your coffee?
It's an hour and 20 minutes old.
Okay.
Nice and room temperature. Okay, so we have our wire, and I've got my mandrel pliers, and I'm gonna go ahead and just make like a double wrapped, just because I think it looks a little bit more substantial. I'm out of big seashells. Oh no, Jim! Have to go visit the ocean. So I've done that. Looped it around twice, and I'm going to do a little bit of a wrapped loop because since this is 20 gauge wire, I don't trust it to not just lose its shape. Yes, shape. And of course I didn't bring my wires, any of my wire snips over here. So I'm just smushing that down. So that's how that's looking. So see how that's like a little wrapped thing in the bob, and then I just like to split it open because I think that looks nice. I don't know why, I just like it. But now, instead of keeping it straight, what we're going to do is bend, and then turn my pliers and bend, and then turn my pliers and bend. And we're basically making it all wiggly all the way down, because this is going to give us something to actually hold on to instead of just a straight slick wire. And I like to use the tabletop on that last little bit so it's not just poking me in the fingers. But yeah, so now we have our little wiggly line. Hey Jean, I forget, one of y'all wanted to know how I put the bail. I'm very sorry that I'm not better with names, you guys. Like, I'm pretty mortified, actually, that I'm this bad with names. But yeah, so now we can test fit it into our seashell. And so you could just fill it with hot glue, and that would hold on a little bit more. But I found that epoxy sculpt, where even is it? Okay, I'll be right back. And straight up epoxy sculpt is one of my favorite products. It adheres really well to like everything. Sculpts pretty easily, and you don't have to bake it, but you do gotta glove up. 2 by 2, hands over. So, but it even adheres well to like smooth stone. So I'm gonna do just a little bit. That's too much. So it's a part A and a part B. Where do you buy your little faux succulents for your shells? I get them from like Michael's. I really like the kind of, it's a little bit more expensive, but the higher quality like faux succulents. Next time we leave the house, I haven't been to Michael's in like 6 months. But yeah, just equal parts of A and B, and then start mixing it. And it is most sticky whenever you've first gotten it mixed. Right, Bev? But next time we go to Michael's, I'll do like a shop with me, and we'll kind of go around, and I'll show you guys like how I find stuff. And you can fold and roll, you can just smush it, but you want it really well incorporated. And you can comfortably sculpt with this stuff for like an hour before it starts to get a little bit like stiff. That would be fun, Rachella. Okay, so we've got this bit. Let me see if I can't get this. Woo! All tangled up. Flipped around. Oh, there we go. Oh, I did a little critter. Rich sent us. This is going to be one of our next projects. I'm making a little toad house. Right on. Well, we'll keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm not able to see comments right now because I left my tablet over yonder. So I like to take a bit, roll it out, and then I'm going to kind of position this in a way. Oh, it's got all kinds of stuff stuck to it. Oh no! Super durable. Oh, dog fur. Gross. Okay. So I'm just going to take this and kind of start cramming it in. Because I want it to be able to hold our base. So now I'm going to layer more in on top of that. Smush, smush, smush. Really just cram it in there. Yeah, and so now whenever that sets up, you're not going to have to worry about your stuff getting ripped out, and also you don't have to worry about if it gets hot. So now from here, once I have it mixed, yeah, I just take my gloves off and save them for next time. So some different things that I really like to use are, this is one silk floral that, I mean, zoomed out, it's like one big piece, but if you come up close, you know, you could have one long sprig or one segment, or you can even break up the segments into different little lobes. So you can really divide these up. And I had started saving my little bits and bobs in a jewelry in an organizing tray. You know, for organizing. And so I really like to take, let me take one of these and kind of place it, just the whole piece, because it gives us a little bit more surface area to smush upon. And then, like, this was another one that came as a, sorry, I'm grabbing a thing out of a bin. It was like a mat of mixed floral, and you just pull off from the peg. It's, again, oh, sorry, my volume control with my voice, is either one big segment, or you can snip into smaller segments, and even from there you can pull into smaller segments still. And I like to go with the ones that are very like plasticky, just because I think they'll hold up well. And we can test fit them, and if you don't really like it, then just use something else. Yeah, I don't really like that one there. Let's go with, oh, here's one. Oops, my fingers keep getting stuck. Really like these tweezers for working with this stuff. So, whoops. So we can practice. And this guy, I think he's just a little too wide and flat. And so when I'm looking for silk floral, I like to find stuff that will very readily be able to be snipped down into smaller pieces. Randomness incoming. I'm imagining having a live auction stream at camp, complete with paddles and phone bids. Oof. Honestly, with our current setup schedule, Daniel, I don't even know when we'd be able to fit that in. Like, but that would be cool. And then you can use a porcupine quill or an awl, or I really like this rubber tool, and just smush that stuff on in. No, I really just don't like that one then. Really? Well, happy early birthday, J-Max. And so let me go grab my old wire snips, because I think I'm going to keep them over here specifically for doing this stuff. But yeah, you can take the little succulent heads and even trim them down a bit further. Then I like to save those because you can like set something else in the center. Taking just a little bit more clay, that epoxy sculpt, and just smushing that little guy on in there. And then any little parts that continue to show, you can, with the porcupine quill, dot and make it look like little coral or moss segments. Now, Epoxy Sculpt does have, this is their neutral color, but they do also have some that are like brown and green and black, and so that way you don't even have to paint it. And as that dries, it'll stick a little better. You can also, I'm sure, use some like pins and things. Like I think a head pin would be really cool to like push through. Like if we did like a spot, like a ball pin, on our torch so we could push it through, and that just almost acts like a floral wire like pin for holding something in like a wreath arrangement. So there's that one. Then we can come in and add, and I kind of just stab it through and hold stuff in and use that epoxy sculpt. There were some other ones that I just epoxy sculpt the hardware to the back of the shell. But yeah, smoosh. And then like stippled it a bit to get it to look like coral, and I really liked that. You can also, it holds very well actually onto pearls. So this is an undrilled freshwater pearl. I'm just going to make a little ball out of it. Place that. It holds on really well to quartz crystals also. And you just smush that on into place. Start texturing. And let's see if we can't. Beep boop. Oh, there's a little leaf up here. Actually, we're going to do even more of that coral texture up top. So just placing that. And then from here, I'm going to use the tip of our rounded. Sorry, with the way I have the camera set up right now, I'm not really able to pay very much attention to the comments, so I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just being really bad at my job. And I like this one because as you place a new spot, it distorts the other circles and makes it look a little bit more like, woo, like, I don't know, blur, like however this looks, it makes it more of that, and I like that. So now I'm going to take our epoxy sculpt and make just some little rounds. Boop, boop. 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 Super high intensity action for today's live stream. Different sized little boop, little boops. Boop. And now we'll be taking this stuff, and anywhere that it looks kind of unfinished, I like to set a little gob of clay, just like that, and then I like to come through with the tip of this sculpting tool and make it look like a little polyp or something. What are you mumbling in there?
Reading the comments.
What are people saying? I feel bad now.
How can you hear me, but whenever I'm talking, you can't?
I don't, because the air conditioner's not going?
Whatever.
How come Maddie can hear me when I talk in the kitchen, but you can't?
Maddie's got younger ears than me.
Convenient excuse. So we'll let this dry, and then I like to kind of go through, and I'll just use my hand to block it off, but then like dry brush with, I really like this brushed pearl gold. I think it's a nice like faded sun-bleached coral with a splash of magic. But yeah, so that's how I make one of those pendants.
20 hours, it'll be dry.
Yep. It is not selective listening, Lily. No, trust me, for as much as we each get frustrated with like not even repeating ourselves, just not being able to hear the other person, because we'll be looking at each other's mouths like, what are you saying? It's, yeah. Maddie's younger years, right? So I actually really like making these, like 100%. And then I sell these for $15 on, like, as if I were to put it like on our website, I'd sell it for 15. But that's what we were auctioning them for, and that includes the chain. So we do need walkie-talkies, or just like actually, because whenever the air conditioners are going, it's like the same frequency as Randy's voice. So I'm like, it just white noises it together, and I'm like, what did you say? But so if we had walkie-talkies, we're like, we'd have it chirping at us, and we'd be like, what? Like, so we need like the helicopter setup where it feeds it directly into our ears. Yeah, or I'd never let go of the button. That's a very fair and accurate point. Right on. And that's what we were kind of hoping for, Mandy. Intercom, insert British secretary voice. Maybe. Randy, from now on, if you want to say anything to me, you have to say it to Daniel. Not really. It's gonna get real weird come pooping time. But this is one that I made that I'm thinking about just making a whole bunch of little, like, they're cute seashells, but they aren't quite shaped correctly for like making jewelry out of. Like they wouldn't quite hang right. And so I'm kind of assembling just a bunch of little like mini pieces. And then I think I finally want to put together, I have this like sea chest. It's not a sea chest. I'll grab it and show you guys. My hair looks like I'm freaking finished. I'm working out this bad boy. That's filthy. Oh my god. So please ignore the half decade worth of dust on top. Right? And so it's one of those boxes from like Hobby Lobby. But I had wanted to like, I want to do up the outside so that it looks like it's been living under the sea for like ages. And then you open it and it would have like the little chains so that it opens up into like a diorama of like a little fairy world, mermaid garden, or coral reef, I think is what I think I'm going to do with it. And I want to like set like fairy lights and stuff inside of it. That way you can like flip us or plug it in or press a button and like everything will be like twinkly glowing. And yeah, but it's made out of like crazy super cheap wood. But I was thinking if I just do the whole thing in epoxy sculpt, just where you can't even see the wood, that would be pretty cool. So a snake salesman trunk, a little bit, yeah. And that's the front had busted off, and so Randy and I put in hinges on the front to make it like come forward. But I thought, I'm glad you like it, Connie. I thought it'd be fun for sure. Snake oil salesman, right? But that being said, we've done 2 projects today, which I think is the most productive I've been in my adult life. Oh yeah, 100% Sparky Cat. But I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna go like, I don't know, put some ice cubes, or we have coffee ice cream. So I might go make a milkshake out of my hour-old coffee. I don't know. I need to like
all the boys will come to the yard.
jog or something. Yeah. Yup. All the boys will come to the yard. That's awesome, Randy. I don't know if y'all could hear him. But yeah, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for spending your time here with us today. I know we will see you guys in our Saturday patron exclusive live stream, which, as a shameless plug, only costs $1, and we do one every weekend. So for a quarter per, like a literal like quarter, 25 cents per live stream, you too could come and watch me yell at my cat. I don't know, like whatever it is that we actually get done in these live streams. Oh, Guinevere. But yeah, just saying that among all the other perks and crap that we had, or stuff, I guess I shouldn't call it crap. But thank you guys tremendously for being here, and we will see y'all next time. So until then, happy crafting. Bye.